everybody. Carolyn Caldwell here from Caldwell Evolution. And wouldn't you know it, as soon as I start to speak, the wind is picked up. Okay, here we go. Hopefully you can hear me and it's not too noisy. So today is day 3 of 30 tips in 30 days for productivity and how to get stuff done. And today's tip is to identify your inputs. So you may be wondering, where on earth is she going with this? Well, let me tell you. If you look at the definition of productivity, you are likely going to find a conversation about creating something from something. So productivity is what you can create with the inputs that you have available to you to create it. So when we're looking at productivity, it's important to identify what inputs you have to work with in order to get the output that you're trying to create. So let's just see what we can do. So I talked about maybe baking a birthday cake. You have inputs would be the products to make the cake, whether it's a mix or you're making it from scratch. And the other thing that you have is time, and the other thing that you might have is energy. You're also going to need some focus. And when I talked about trying to get a project done by the end of the day so that you could get it emailed or submitted to your client or supervisor, in order to get that done, you're going to need information, you're going to need knowledge, you're going to need time, you're going to need energy, you're going to need focus yet again. So when you're looking at how productive you actually are, what inputs do you have to work with in order to get the output that you're trying to create? Why is that important? Well, because sometimes there just aren't enough inputs to get a different output. And you may have heard people talk about good enough is better than perfect, or done is better than perfect. As professional organizers, we often talk to clients about this notion that done is better than perfect. If you have something that needs to be finished by the end of the day because somebody is expecting to receive it from you or get information from you or fill in the blank, then your time is got a deadline to it, the end of the day. Your energy could very well have a deadline to it. Believe me, I know mine does. If it's not done by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the chances are it's not going to happen. Your focus is going to have a deadline to it. And other resources, such as information, may or may not be available. So there's a deadline there too. So if something has to happen by the end of the day because somebody's expecting to get it from you, you're going to have to evaluate and identify the inputs that you need in order to get that output. I hope that's making sense. I may have to come back and give you a couple more examples, but by all means give me your comments in there, and if that's not clear, we'll tackle it again. But I hope that's helpful. So remember to identify your inputs and think about how much of this do I have to work with in order to get the output that I'm looking for. Hope that's helpful. Great to see you, Tamsin. Have a great evening. And I hope you're all enjoying my hat. Bye-bye now.